The road to Redbull Wololo Legacy continues, and we've got Wham in the southeast corner of the map playing in blue as the French. The northwest corner of the map, we've got Leenock playing in red as the Delhi Sultanate. This is a quarterfinals matchup, the first game being on Cauldron, and we see immediately Leenock dropping a dock there. Playing as the Delhi Sultanate, we saw a similar sort of strategy played by 3DB in the last quarterfinal set, which, by the way, you probably want to watch, especially the last game on Four Legs. That was an incredible game, probably one of the best games I've seen in Age of Empires 4. But of course, today we're focusing on Wham and Leenock, the winner of whom will be facing up against 3DB in the semi-finals. We see the French villager coming forward as well, most likely for a dock. That is indeed the case, so it's going to be docks from both players in the Dark Age, looking to get to the feudal age relatively quickly with a good fishing economy. This is going to be a big scrap in feudal age though, that has to be considered, because sure, the Delhi fishing ships can attack as soon as they hit feudal age with their arrows, but the French, if they can hold out, they can actually get the Hulk ship, which is a fishing ship. Well, sorry, not a fishing ship, it's an attack ship, incredibly strong one, and it's the only civilization that gets that attack ship in the feudal age. The other civilizations that even get access to it only can build it in the castle age. It's here. 300 wood though and 240 gold, so that's quite a heavy investment. And Leenock and Wham both getting villagers to do some shore fishing. First fishing ship does come out for Leenock and the Delhi Sultanate. The French tend to have a really aggressive feudal age, especially on land, but we should be able to see some aggression on water as well with the Hulk. Best of 3 here, the first game of the set. It's going to be a fantastic one. I can feel it in my bones. Leenock, I feel like since the N4C tournament, he hasn't been his usual self in terms of quality of plays. He did fantastically well in N4C. It may be the case that he's also maybe the other players around him have just got better and better. We shall see if Leenock can pull one out of the bag here and get a good win against Wham. Wham is really being strong recently, and I kind of expect to see Wham in the main event come Heidelberg in Germany. I think it's October time. Leenock is already going to be there, by the way. Courtesy of coming second in the N4C tournament, he already has his place secured in the main event. And the road to Redbull Wololo Legacy is more just for kind of keeping things on his toes. Alright, bit of fishing here. 3 fishing ships for Leenock, 2 so far for the French, played by Wham. Still relying on some fishing, some sheep economy here, which is pretty important for the French. He needs to keep that food income high, especially if he's going to be able to afford the knights in the early feudal age. Only 2 villages on gold though. So far, has a decent amount of gold in the bank as well. Gonna need to wait for that time for this fishing ship and this fishing economy to pay off. Scout from Wham, just getting a bit too close for comfort there. But I hope you guys are enjoying the casted games, especially in the road toward Redbull Wololo Legacy. Certainly having good fun casting the games. And we're certainly learning a lot from the pros as well. The fishing ship economy is actually a little bit stronger for Leenock here. He's been able to get more villagers on wood, 10 of them. Only 5 for Wham, so there are going to certainly be more fishing ships on the area here for Leenock. That could actually be really powerful for him, because in the feudal age, these fishing ships can fire arrows. Should be able to snipe the fishing ships for Wham pretty easily. I think Wham notices that. Oh, it's actually now. It's actually in the Dark Age they could do this. Actually, it wasn't just the feudal age. I was pretty convinced they could do that in the Dark Age. But it looks like Leenock was just waiting, biding his time until he had a decent number. And that decent number is now, so he's going to start denying the fishing economy. I was pretty sure they could do it in the Dark Age. I figured maybe the Leenock wasn't doing it for a reason. Maybe because he could only do it in the feudal age, but it is indeed in the Dark Age. Outpost going there for Wham, looking to help the situation. Fishing ships come out now that they're pretty well up, nicely healed. They're not that powerful though, these 7 fishing ships. Can't even one-shot one of these. That's the reason why, really. Barracks going down for Leenock before getting to the next stage. Maybe a bit conscious and cautious about the School of Cavalry going up already for Wham. Surprised that Leenock is not pressuring this a little bit more. I suppose he doesn't want to idle his 7 fishing ships for the 3 fishing ships that are there, to be fair. Quite a few villages on gold now for Leenock. Getting to that feudal age relatively soon. Should have enough gold if he force drops off. Again, he's going for the fishing ships. Nicely done. Needs to idle the economy there. Oh, that fishing ship didn't actually garrison there for a second there. Ah, Leenock! Are these gathering? We went for a second there. I think they're gathering now though. Then the fishing ships come up, and these guys heal up so fast, it's a bit unreal. There's the Dome of the Faith being built by 5 villagers. Oh, he lost his scout. Leenock lost his scout. Relatively surprising there. Might even lose a villager if he's not careful. He's not actually microing that back, waiting for a bit longer. Spearman does come out though. Spearman will probably be able to clear this up. Villager does back off now. Goes back to the town centre. And there's the feud ledge for Wham. Going to be getting a night out, I suspect, relatively quickly. Costs 140 food and 100 gold, so it's not cheap. Doesn't actually have enough food just yet. An outpost going there for Leenock. Wham thought about it, he did start building it, but he cancelled it. All villagers going on stone. Leenock maybe thinking about getting arrow slits, but actually there's quite a few villages there, 5 in total, so maybe a second town centre. And that's the thing about the French, they kind of force you into this sort of thing, because the French TCs actually run faster, they create villages at a faster rate, so you're always behind the longer the game goes on, unless you invest in a second town centre, and so it's really quite strong there, the French. They've got a fantastic economy and fantastic army in the feudal age. There's no wonder why they have such a high win rate on the ladder. Back to villagers coming back for Leenock. I think it was probably just for arrow slits actually. Quite quick to rush that up, wasn't it? Yeah, it was indeed for arrow slits, which is now researching now. There's the Hulk. We were talking about it. Wham getting a Hulk. That's going to be a problem for Leenock, that's for sure. He's not going for his military ship in the feudal age. Primarily looking to maybe just get as much fish as can and then back off. Doesn't have the gold for it there, Leenock. Has enough gold now. But the Dow is not very strong, so probably won't be able to compete on the water, to be honest. There's the outpost for Wham. Vision ships maybe looking to try and snipe the villager, maybe. Oh, the villager does go down to the tower. Arrow slits coming in clutch there. Vision ship still gathering food. Wham not doing anything about that just yet. Knight comes forward as well. Spearman looking to push away the 2 scouts. The French scouts are backing off, but the Knight will be making its way around. Let's just see where he might hit. He might maybe circle around to the wood line. Maybe to the gold. The berries are completely untouched for now. Opting to go for the sheep. Just cautious about those Knights diving in, I suspect. Alright, so Wham opting to go for the dock instead of the fisher ships. Not a bad move. He doesn't want to have to deal with all the micro that would be needed there. Where did these guys come from? Going back to berries. Stable going down and back barracks for Leenock, the Delhi player. Do we see any additional production buildings? Nope, we see villagers on stone, quite heavy there, 8 on stone. Looking to get that second town centre. Already 200 stone in the bank. Only needs 300 for that second town centre, and so the villager count is going to really start to climb here for Wham. As soon as he gets that second town centre, I mean, it already is probably higher. 35 for Wham. 34 for Leenock. So actually doing pretty well to keep up. I suspect it's partly because of the fishing ships. But with that dock going down and with no real way to secure this middle part, this is going to be a good fishing economy for Wham. Looks like French are going to be strong on this map here. Maybe even the Rus could be pretty strong, but of course with 4 lakes in the map pool as well, the Rus are incredibly strong on that map, so I'm sure we'll be seeing Rus a lot more on 4 lakes, and the French a lot more on this map here. To be honest, French can be strong on most maps, as it happens. Right. Knights are backing off now, running backwards, back to the base. Not entirely sure why. Ah, okay, that's why. Just getting a second town centre on the board, so that food income is going to really start climbing here for Wham. Going to be able to secure the sacred site as well in that position. Villagers will be coming forward shortly. The Knights protecting that area. Fisher ship's still fishing, but nowhere to drop it off, I'm afraid. And this is actually really, really solid play, because that town centre, as I say, is going to be securing actually both sacred sites. There's 3 sacred sites on this map, which is kind of interesting. I feel like we only tend to really see 2 on this map, but we actually see 3 on this map generation. TC covering the board and 2 sacred sites. That's incredibly strong. Obviously Delhi would love to have the sacred sites. That would really play to their strengths, but 2 of the Delhi sacred sites are being blocked off there. Spearman looking to get the chase on the 3 Knights. Horsemen are faster than Knights, so they will start getting a little bit stabby there. A couple of hits there for free, but course, the horseman won't be able to do too much damage. Really, the spearmen that you'd be worried about. 2 spearmen there for Leenock. Staying back home with the berries. Important that they were there because there is a knight there cycling through. And there is the town centre. Leenock will see that. He'll be very far behind on village now. 34 for Leenock. 43 for Wham. This is just going to get wider, this gap. And you get the feeling that Leenock's going to have to do something very drastic and very soon. Because he's going to be very far behind as time goes on. Either needs to add a second town centre or go very, very aggressive in the feudal age. It's just a matchup that's so difficult for the Delhi you feel on this map. But Leenock will want to put the pedal to the metal, looking to go forward now with quite a decent economy behind this. Actually, it's got quite a bit of food, especially with how much it's producing. Gonna try and torch down this outpost. Mill going on the right side, so Wham making use of the shortfish as well. He wants that food and he wants it fast. Knights are going to go through. Knights should be able to do quite a bit of damage here. Sacred Site being captured on the left side, that will certainly help Leenock's gold count. Tower goes down pretty quickly, but Wham going to try and push away the army. There's quite a few spearmen and horsemen, especially with the 4 scholars there. That's certainly going to help the situation for Leenock rather. And I think maybe Leenock might be able to look to siege down this dock, and that would be important to deny this fishing economy, it has to be said. Gonna go around the right side. Horsemen should be able to do pretty much damage to the archers. Needs to be careful about that one spearman though. Sacred Site will be in Leenock's control very soon. 150 gold per minute rather. Per second would be pretty impressive. Per minute. Oh, there's going to be a big massacre here if he's not careful. Leenock getting villagers killed left, right, and centre. The knights diving in. At least 2 villagers should be going down. Seems like he's got textiles though. Yeah, Leenock's got textiles. This is very important. It's something that we don't see a lot of players do. And actually, this is going to save a lot of villagers for Leenock. Could have been a lot worse. And it would have been a lot worse without textiles. Very good investment into textiles there for Leenock. Saving a lot of his economy. Gonna look to get up to the castle age and tech up. Gonna go up with the House of Learning. No surprises there for me. He needs to be aggressive. Combat of the defender won't necessarily help him really. The House of Learning will be coming in. It just remains to see whether he'll be going for the man-at-arms or whether it'll be stables for lancers. I suspect man-at-arms would be the better choice because it's very difficult to counter the man-at-arms in the feudal age for Wham. I mean, knights will trade nicely, but it's really the crossbows you'll need, which you won't be able to get access to until the castle age. Speaking of which, Leenock is about 30% of the way there. Wham, of course, nowhere near, but that's because his economy is buzzing here. 56 villagers, 39. Once he does get to the castle age, he'll be able to afford units for fun. Leenock looking to secure this relic as well, keeping a scholar there on hand just to pick that up. Nice. Cycling around through the wood line. We missed a bit there. Don't think there were too many villagers going down though. A couple of dead spearmen. And the thing is that Leenock's stable is kind of under attack by the 4 knights, but there are lots of spearmen heading back. If Wham doesn't notice that, that could be a lot of dead knights. He won't notice it just yet. Oh my god. Spearmen. It's not attack moving. Both players kind of... Oh my god. Okay, 2 knights do go down there. Could have been all 4, but it is what it is. And we see upgrades to the spearman line. Makes sense, he's got so many already. Going for the veteran horseman. Wheelbarrow coming in as well. Wait, for Wham, that is. A good thing for Leenock, despite only being on 1 town centre, and the fact that this 1 town centre works even slower than just 1 French town centre, he does have the eco upgrades for free. And the castle age upgrade is going to be coming in relatively soon. Still sticking with the horsemen and spearmen, getting the veteran upgrades for that. It's going to get siege engineering. Holy moly. Okay, looks like he's going to put some feudal age pressure here. Can't blame him. Kind of what he needs to be doing here. Getting some berries here on the left side. Picking up 1 relic. 3 relics actually in total. 4 relics. Holy smokes, he's getting a lot of relics. That'll certainly help his cause. 100 gold per minute. 4 relics will be the equivalent of 10 villagers. So it'll certainly narrow the gap, but the gap is slowly widening. I say slowly, it's actually really quickly widening between the 2 players. Don't forget the fishing economy as well, and the shorefish. Wham. Wham, gonna be really behind though, getting to the castle age. There it is though, I say that. As he reaches it. 15 minutes on the clock. And Leenock has a lot of resources. He's not spending it, which is kind of odd. Not entirely sure why that's the case. Maybe looking to go to the Imperial Age? Surely not. That's pretty crazy if he is. Can't imagine that to be the case. He's just not spending it as quickly as he's earning it. Going for a second mosque. Getting those up. Yeah, he's going to wait for his upgrades really before he pushes, I suspect. It does take a while for the Delhi Sultanate to get the upgrades in, especially with only one mosque. But there are quite a few scholars on the field now, so once this mosque does get built, 3 more scholars will be garrisoning in. There it is, the mosque is up. 4 relics, a really nice position there. Villagers on the goal need to be careful though, because there are veteran Royal Knights now. Holy smokes, that is a bloodbath. Even with textiles, this is an issue. Leenock not reacting. Going to lose a lot of villagers, at least 4 there. Mosque not being garrisoned. A lot going on here for Leenock. Not being able to do what he wanted to do. Again, Knight cycling around the left side. Wham using the mobility. Going to get a charge attack on another villager. That villager probably go down. Oh, just managed to get away with it. Wheelbarrow coming clutch there, as well as textiles. And the thing you worry about for Leenock now is that his army is relatively immobile. It's so slow. Compared to, at least compared to the Knights for Wham. And I think Wham probably has gone up with the Royal Institute. Let's just check it out. It is indeed the Royal Institute. And that means he's going to get Royal Bloodlines. He's going to get Canted Saddles as well. And look at the upgrades coming in for Leenock though. There we are. Veteran Hardened Spearmen. So Spearmen are going to be coming out for Wham as well. Does he have Chivalry? Because he would love to be able to heal up those Knights, that's for sure. Take a look. Does have Chivalry indeed. Ooh, the School of Cavalry can research Cantle Saddles as well. That's interesting. I wasn't... Wait, what? I wasn't aware of that. So he could take and get Royal Bloodlines from the Royal Institute, but also get Cantle Saddles from the School of Cavalry. I didn't know that. Guys, in the comment section below, is that something you knew? Or is that something you've learned today, that you can actually get Cantle Saddles from the School of Cavalry? Now, I don't play French. I hate playing against them, and I hate playing as them. I feel like they're just a little bit too strong, but it is what it is. It's just a personal playstyle of mine. So I didn't know that, but let me know if you guys knew that or not. Love to hear your thoughts, whether you're learning something whilst watching the games. I certainly am. Right, lots of army going on the right side here for Leenock, looking to get those berries and that food income, but Leenock playing this relatively passively, all things considered. The French are going to be able to afford to keep relatively soon. And let's take a look at the village count. 39 for Leenock, 89 for Wham. This is kind of a bit precarious for Leenock. I don't think he's really recognizing the amount of pressure he's in. Because Wham is going to be able to, if he can survive for a significant period of time, he's going to have a huge army on the back of this, that's for sure. But Leenock is building up a large mass here. Tower Elephants, Spearmen, and a lot of scholars. Maybe looking to push out forward soon, going around this right side for the second town centre, but look at that, and keep going there for Wham. Protecting that economy, getting the buildings around it as well. Don't forget what the French keeps. Their stables and archery ranges within the influence have units cost decreased by 25%. That is a huge discount. Knights on the left side, looking just to harass those villagers, and harass them they do. Decent army here though. Let's take a look at the numbers. 49 military for Wham, 65 for Leenock. Leenock's certainly got a lot of military presence, but he needs to use it. Because Wham is slowly walling up this right side. He recognizes this is probably going to be the focus of attack, and this is going to delay any push from Leenock, and that is huge. Because look at how well the defense is set up for Wham. He's walled up on this left side as well. Let's have quite a few villagers exposed there in gold, but armies here all over on the right. And now they're going to move forward, and he's going to recognize that the wall's up. Notices them now. It will take some time. Not only will it take time to break through, actually not that long considering they're elephants, but it gives time here for Wham to pull away with his villagers. That's exactly what he does. Army is now starting to build up. The economy really going to start to kick in for Wham. 73 military on the field for Leenock, 55 for Wham. It's still pretty far behind, but yeah, that won't be the case for very much longer. Especially if you get those production buildings out. Walling up behind this as well, on this side. Gonna send some knights, looking to do some raiding action to defend on the right side. Looks like he's fairly comfortable here to kind of defend, and he knows that the army from Leenock is going to be out of position back at home. He won't have any army back at home to defend, and this is really smart by Wham. We could probably take some lessons from this actually. When you're under attack doesn't mean you have to always defend. Sometimes attack is the best form of defense, and Wham's proving that to be the case here. Gonna take out a lot of villagers here. Holy moly. Yeah, sure. Leenock's going to push forward, but it's a pretty static army. We've got a spearman in defense here for Wham. That's probably what he needs. He's going to take a relatively good trade here. There's a lot of scholars though, that's the problem for Wham. Knights harassing the economy, and sure, Leenock will be able to do some damage, but so shall Wham. Wham getting the sacred site or decapping it on the left side. Army's starting to push forward though for Leenock. Looks like Wham was trying to get a relic, or maybe do a Wololo, but doesn't get it off. Army cycling through, going to start to attack the main base, but another keep going up for Wham in a really, really good location. A lot of villagers being used to build it. 27. Leenock will spot it, maybe snipe a few villagers, but the keep will go up. And look at the base for Leenock. I mean, his economy is idled. 27 villagers idled out of only 38. The vast majority of his economy is totally idle. Leenock's probably going to have to call this very soon. He's got one last push. This is an all-in. This has to be an all-in for Leenock. He won't be able to replenish this army. Not with the economy he has and how much he's lost. And in fact, Wham doesn't care. He's just going to go straight forward. He's going to say, well, I think I can kill you faster than you can kill me. So he's going to just ignore this army. He's got to keep in defense, and can't blame him. Holy smokes. Villagers dying left, right and centre for Leenock. Only 32 of them. A third of them idle. Quite a few elephants though. Wham probably does need to address this. He's actually going to send the crossbows back. Because they are going to start taking down the Royal Institute, and yeah, I think Wham will need to pay attention to this and actually deal with that, because the Tower Elephants are going to do a number on him if he's not careful. He's going to cycle through here on the right side, get a lot of villagers dying here. Holy smokes, 33 villagers, half of them are idle. And crossbows need to just focus fire on the scholars, you feel, because that will slow down the push, but there are lots of units here. Horsemen, spearmen, Tower Elephants. That Royal Institute does go down. Knights still getting good value on the front lines. Only 31 villagers. Almost complete. Yeah, the whole economy is completely idled for Leenock. He cannot replenish this army. This is a Hail Mary. This is the last army he has. This is the final stand. He will need to get rid of this town centre after the School of Cavalry if he manages to do that. Probably will. And Leenock is actually looking pretty strong here, has to be said. But Wham needs to push this back. He needs to get his army back together. May even need to get his knights back home, to be honest. It's just going to continue raiding here. Probably take too long for those to come back anyway. School of Cavalry goes down, and now the attention focuses more on the town centre. I think if you're Wham, you might be feeling a little bit nervous here. Needs to get the army in position. Can't afford to lose this, because it would be a landmark snipe if that's the case. Gonna need to pull some villagers to repair, you feel. Wham. It's just biding his time. Cool as a cucumber. Looking to snipe out the scholars maybe, we shall see. Yeah, the arbaletier and the archers focusing on the scholars, and without the repairs or the healing of the units, that would be a problem, but there are lots of elephants there. Villagers coming on mass to repair. There's elephants do go down, one of them goes down. If another goes down, you feel like this is looking good for Wham. If he can defend this successfully, he will win the game for sure. Wham, looking good here. He's actually going to repair a lot here. He's got a lot of wood. That's the main thing. He's got about 600 odd wood. That's really important to have. Scholars repairing. I mean, this is a bit crazy here, because with the scholars still in play, this could be an infinite army in terms of just surviving forever. Keep behind this as well. Arbitrator trying to get the army down, but it's not really working so well. There is a mangonel on the field, which will certainly help. The scholars doing such good work here. Now they're being focus fired. Now the scholars are going down. 4 of them only remain. They get pulled back, but the town centre's full health here. And not much wood though in the bank. 55 wood, but if this army goes down, get the feeling that Leenock will be down and out. And that's the last scholar. No, just one more. If scholars are down, now the army will be going down very quickly here. Arbaletier, keep, and town centre firing. 20 villages in that town centre. These tower elephants have to back off. Leenock going to struggle to keep the economy running behind this. Let's have a look at what he's got. 27 villages versus 98. The game is over, ladies and gentlemen. It's just a case of whether Leenock can recognise it. He might try and hold on though. Yeah, trying to run and hide with this tower elephant. And you get the feeling now, Wham just needs to have a big push with the army that he has and keep producing. The economy was idle for quite a significant period of time, though, has to be said. 2 mangonels on the field. The tower elephant does go down. Dies pretty heavily there. Now the army from Wham's going to go forward. Holy moly, they're both going for the same deer patch. Villagers being pulled away from Wham. Army starting to regroup them. Let's take a look at the military count. 23 for Wham. 6 for the Delhi Sultanate, played by Leenock. Leenock needs to somehow reboom somehow. He's going to need like 3 or 4 town centers here. Forward, keep going on the left side. Wham, going to get so much map control from this. Is kind of unbelievable. Wood, stone, wood, gold. No passing through here. Deer is going to be denied as well. Fantastic keeping. I just don't think Leenock even sees that. He will find out sooner or later. Not just yet. Not just yet. Not until it's up. That's when he'll realise it. Spring on placement is in that outpost there, but the left side is going to have to worry about. There is they keep going up. Going to snipe these villagers, even with textiles. These guys will go down, maybe losing a second. Oh, just gets away with the second villager. Villagers come back to the sheep. Leenock will not be able to pass through this area. And look at the gold is collecting Wham on the left side as well. Get the feeling that Wham's going to focus attack on the right side now that the left side is secure. Don't forget, in this keep, and there's just no way passing here for Leenock. Can't even walk through it. Oh, that is open actually. Not that he has the military to walk through with anyway. Look at the gold count for Wham. Really climbing here. Arbalistry are going to move forward. Going to snipe some villagers here on the deer. There's a spring on placement in that outpost though, so that'll take some time to take down. But Mangonel's on the field. 29 villagers versus 114. Complete mismatch here. Just a matter of time, you suspect. Can't blame Leenock for trying. This is the quarterfinals after all. Arbalistry are going to snipe some villagers there. And then just back off. And it's going to be a struggle for Leenock, even with 4 relics. Production builders are going down. Look at the resource count for Wham. He spends that relatively quickly. And this game will be over very soon. Mangonel is looking to focus fire on the outpost. That's what's happening. The knight's going to go through as well. Arbalistry are moving forward. Once this outpost goes down, that's going to be a big problem. Looking to get the sacred sites as well now, Wham. Just to secure the game, just to finish the game off. Villagers will be going down pretty quickly there as well. Going to go back to this safety of the other outpost there. Well, I'm going to move forward with 3 knights. Don't forget these got Imperial Age upgrades, and there it is. There's the GG. Leenock knows he's behind, and he does call it appropriately. 1-0 to Wham. Takes the first game of the set, and we've got the second game coming right up. Leenock's going to want to respond with a win. We shall see if he can do it. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to game number 2 for this quarterfinals between Wham and Leenock. Wham taking the first game on Cauldron. We now move on to Frisian Marshes, with Wham playing in the south corner of the map in blue as the Mongols. On the west corner of the map, we've got Leenock playing in red as the Chinese. We all know Leenock's love for the Chinese civilization. We shall see how this pans out, because the Mongols are incredibly strong in the early game, and we do see a lot of aggressive play on Frisian Marshes, mostly because of the gold locations, often very far forward and exposed. And so this could become a problem for Leenock with these golds being so far exposed, as you can see, all the way out there in no man's land. Overall, a fantastic spawn for the Mongols here, because the golds are always going to be relatively far forward. There's not much you can do about that. I mean, to be fair, he could have maybe moved his town centre here, but of course that's probably not a good idea. It's probably best to get the town centre up and running as soon as you possibly can to get those villagers out. And especially being the Mongols, you're probably going to be the more aggressive, and so you should be able to safely get this gold, especially if you've got map control with the military. The thing I'd really note about is the Aoe4 placement, how so close it is to the town centre, how well protected it is. I don't think Wham could have asked for a much better spawn than that. Villagers going quite heavy on wood there. Poor Leenock. Rather surprising as an opening. Maybe wants to get a village out there, maybe an outpost rush. Or maybe defensive outposts, because you probably will need defensive outposts, expecting Mongols to come up with a tower rush. There are the spearmen queued up in that. Actually, they're not actually queued up yet. Okay, he's waiting for the stone, I think, to double produce. There it is. There they are. They're queued up. Rally point straight forward. Villager going forward already. Actually, he's already got 2 spearmen out. That's why. 2 spearmen are out on the field already. Another 2 on the way. We've been getting some good scouting here. Double stone patch there. Probably won't want to put a tower there. Doesn't really need to deny that just yet. Gonna go on the gold, I suspect. See where the villager is heading. And without the gold, that could become a problem. Don't forget though, the Imperial officials can collect gold tax, which will certainly be helpful. Barracks going down for the Chinese. Going for an outpost there. That's actually a really nice spot because not only does it deny the gold, it also denies a possible expansion to the marshes here where there are lots of fish to be had. Very nice spot there. Scout coming out, looking to put some pressure on the villager, but there are two spearmen there, so may have to think better of it. Don't forget it was also the Khan. A lot of sheep coming in though for Leenock. That will certainly help his position because you need that food to be safe. And he's got a safe source of food here. Getting two spearmen of his own, so that's going to be Leenock's answer to this outpost rush. He's going to try and snipe the villager. The outpost probably will go up though in the meantime. Villagers looking to take out the spearmen. May need to start sieging down. But the villager gets pulled out actually. I think that villager would have gone down before the outpost built, and now the Khan uses the maneuver arrow. Villager will go down actually. Quite possibly. Oh, just survives on 4 HP. Got a lot of idle time cores, so overall WAM won't be too disappointed by this. Leenock doing quite well to bring that scout away from the line of fire of the spearmen, although the spearmen are going to get involved now. Villagers and the spearmen are going to take that one out. And the outpost does go down. WAM having to retreat now. A bit more of a standard game now, you suspect, with the outpost rush fading. Two small spearmen still going forward for WAM though. The Leenock pushing back the outpost rush with the Chinese using spearmen. Was pretty badly housed there for a second, I think. Leenock. Right, spearmen still being sent forward by WAM though. He hasn't given up on the cause. Plenty of spearmen on the field. We'll be able to try and actually now go for the feudalage. Does have two villages on gold though, so we'll be able to get the feudalage relatively quickly. Does need a few more villages on gold though. He's going to send two more because he has got 400 food already. Spearman getting some good hits on the scout there. Not quite killing it off though. That's a lot of sheep. Holy smokes. 19 sheep there for Leenock. Certainly going to help his cause. Tax being collected. That's how Leenock's going to get to the next stage actually. He's not even going to rely on gold here, the gold veins to be mined. Just going to collect his tax from two officials there. There's the deer stones going there as a landmark for WAM. So WAM is actually going to get up to the next stage quicker than Leenock. It's a bit of an issue for him. Yep, tax gold being collected. Still not quite enough. Oh, I didn't take it from the lumber camp. I took it from the barracks, but not the lumber camp. Now has enough gold to go up to the next stage. We should probably see the Barbican. I would have thought he's going to go forward. Holy smokes, where are these villagers going? Needs to be careful. Yeah, it's going to secure the gold position. Actually, a decent spot for the Barbican. Spearman there, looking to see if they can get some value for WAM. Nothing to be had though, really. Oh my god, Leenock, don't use all your spearmen. What's going on? No, don't need to. You can't chase down the Khan anyway. Bit of miss micro there for Leenock, that's for sure. Needs to pull out the weak villager. Just want to get that sniped. Spearmen going to chase spearmen. The Khan's going to come around the other side. There is an outpost there going on the berries. That's going to be annoying for Leenock. He's not going to see that either, I don't think. Yeah, he doesn't see any of that. Whilst the Barbican and the sun goes up, will he see it after the Barbican is built? He will. Will he have enough to address that? Looks like he will, actually. That's going to be annoying. That outpost will deny the gold. Spearman going to maybe push through? I'm not sure. We shall see. I don't think they'll be able to stop it. There's two villages there. You're not really reacting fast enough. Villagers coming out to help with the fight. Big fight there. The outpost does go up. Villagers do garrison inside. Now that's going to be a problem for Leenock to deal with. Even without arrow slits, there's 5 villagers or 5 units garrisoned in. One villager does go down for Leenock. I don't think he has textiles this time. Doesn't have textiles this time. Outpost goes up. A defensive outpost, but these villagers are in range. That's not going to necessarily... Oh, just about actually. Outpost is focusing on the other outpost rather than the villagers. Arrow slits is being researched. Almost there. There we are. Arrow slits is in. Outpost is up there, but yeah, look at this. The gold villagers are being shot down. Leenock's not reacting. He's going to lose a second if he's not careful. He does notice. Eventually, the second goes down. He force dropped. And he lost another villager. Might even lose a third. Spearman looking to garrison inside the outpost. Another spearman does go down. This outpost has so much value right now. Wham, looking to get to the fast castle behind this. Villagers looking to ball up that left side to stop any further incursions, but look at the map control he gives up on that. Outpost going on the right side for Wham. Wham looking strong in this second game. The best of 3. And Leenock kind of pigeoned in here. Got 9 villagers on stone. Maybe looking for a second town centre. Relatively greedy there though. Looks like now the Mongols looking to save up for that next age. Castle age. Ooh, outpost going in on the right side, so there's walls, but outpost will still be going up. Imperial Academy. Holy smokes, this is actually really greedy from Leenock. I don't know how I feel about this. This is super greedy going for Song Dynasty. Could pay off though. Song Dynasty will mean you have a stronger economy, but the problem is he just doesn't have any map control. Only 26 villages, he's already behind quite significantly. Obviously lost quite a few villages in the fights, and Wham's economy being completely untouched. And this is what we discussed about having the aggression. The economy completely just buzzing here for Wham, no pressure at all. Really taking that forward gold. A new Khan rises. And is slowly going to be getting to the castle age. 2 town centre Song Dynasty. Holy smokes, Leenock, this is super greedy. I'm not sure this is going to work. It's going to be a lot of food invested here for the villagers. He needs the food for the army. Because Wham is on his way to the castle age. It's going up with a step redoubt as expected. Okay, outpost is up there for Wham with Aristocrats as well. This is a huge issue because Leenock, once he runs out of resources back at home, he's got nowhere to go. Got literally nowhere to expand to. The whole map is available for Wham, as you can see. He's getting shorefish completely uncontested here. Ah, some villages there, at least 4, which is completely bugged. That food income is going to be incredibly strong for Wham. Let's take a look. Income per minute, 570. It's actually kind of neck and neck there, but let's take a look at the village count on each food resource. 17 for Wham, 20 on Leenock for Leenock. So despite Leenock having more villagers on food, he's got way less food per minute income coming in. There is that castle age for Wham. Will he be going for lancers? I suspect he will. In the blacksmith. Maybe man-at-arms instead, actually. He's already got the barracks there, but he's building a double barracks, yep. There will be man-at-arms in play, and I like that because that's actually incredibly hard to stop. It makes total sense, especially because there's spearmen on the field for Leenock. Lancers can be kind of countered pretty well with the spearmen, despite being feudal age spearmen, but palace guards, or man-at-arms in this case for the Mongols, incredibly difficult to defend against without having castle age yourself. And like a second barracks is going to go down for the Chinese. I'm not sure really that's going to be enough. He needs to get to the castle age. He's going to have a tough time getting there anytime soon with 2 town centre Song Dynasty. Man-at-arms now starting to pop out. Relatively quiet here, but probably not for long. So Wham is spending all his resources. Man-at-arms is going to start diving in. And if Wham has iron undermesh, he can, I mean, even without undermesh, he can still run in. That's what he's doing. He's going to get iron undermesh. He's going to be able to dive this economy, and Leenock's not going to be able to do anything about that, really. Man-at-arms going forward. Not giving the attack notification, not attacking the buildings is important. Not to give your opponent time to react. In fact, he actually pulls back with his man-at-arms. Maybe looking to save up for some more. Leenock's food count not looking too shabby now. Trouble is for Leenock, he doesn't have a safe gold. That's the main issue. Leenock in a really rough spot here. He's having to rely on tax gold income to get any gold at all. He's got the feeling that Leenock's going to struggle without that gold income, that's for sure. Man-at-arms going to start running in to the hardened spearmen. Going to look to do some damage here. That's what they're going to do. Don't forget, these guys have got iron undermesh. What other upgrades have they got? Not many, but Wham's going to get siege engineering as well. These are castle age units versus feudal age units. Sure, there are lots of spearmen, but the man-at-arms are going to do a heck of a lot of damage. And the spearmen have to retreat for Leenock. Nothing you can do about it. The outpost does go down, but he denies the gold. That's the main thing. Leenock struggling for gold so hard. Siege engineer coming in. Wham needs to start focusing on villages on wood, and I suspect that's what he's going to do. Getting the double broad axe upgrade as well. Holy moly, Wham looking strong and in control of this game. Khan does go down though. Oh, the Chinese outpost rush, Chinese outpost rather, just goes down. Man-at-Arms going to sweep everything else up. These villagers are going to have to back off. He's going to try and get as much gold as he can, but there's not too many that you can get, not too much. Again, this is where the fight is. Leenock desperately trying to stop this outpost going up. Villager not building it anymore, but Man-at-Arms here, tanking a lot of damage. You can hear some relics being picked up, I think, as well, behind all of this. Very clean play for the Mongols here. Trebuchets on the field, Man-at-Arms. Leenock struggling. He will be able to go to the next stage very soon. Maybe with the Astronomical Clock Tower. Might be able to hold on for a bit longer if he can. To deposit just enough gold, but even if he does get up to the next stage, he can't spend anything because he won't have enough gold to build anything. Villagers has to garrison inside the Barbican of the Sun again. Man-at-Arms going to take the fight, even underneath the Barbican of the Sun. I won't worry about that too much. Astronomical Clock Tower is the landmark of choice, but with that is, he just doesn't have the gold. He might need to sell wood here. It does have quite a lot of wood and needs a market. Going for the Archer Rangers. Maybe Zhugnu could be the approach here, but even then, no, it's probably going to be crossbows, but it doesn't have the gold. That's the main issue. Outpost going on the front line to protect the trebuchets. Second trebuchet on the field. Where's the first one? Did that get sieged out? Not sure, but anyway. Castle Age is now in for Leenock. Man-at-Arms going to dive in again. Holy smokes, he has a second arranged armor upgrade there, so he could easily dive anything. The town centre, Barbican and the Sun, he won't mind. Springald is being built as well with the Man-at-Arms. Just get the feeling he needs more crossbows and needs it now here, Leenock. That's what he's getting. But will he be able to get enough quick enough? Trebuchets on the field now. New Khan rises again. Man-at-Arms rushing in. Just darting in and out. Trebuchet now starting to focus fire on the Barbican of the Sun. Man-at-Arms going to look to torch them down as well. Full throttle here for Wham. And it's looking bad for Leenock, has to be said. If Wham wins this, he will be winning the set and getting to the semi-finals against 3DB, but it does have some work to be done. He needs to get rid of the Barbican of the Sun. That's going to be the first step. We can hear relics being picked up, and I think it's going to be for Wham, but I can't actually see the Predator. Siege Workshop going there as well. Just to get the Siege Workshop will be incredibly important because that will get the siege on the field even quicker. Yeah, it is Wham getting to relics here. Then two of them already. Holy smokes. Wham is in control, full control of this game so far. 52 villagers for Wham, 72 for Leenock though. Leenock does have a buzzing economy, but will he have enough military here to push this back? He is in the Castle Age. Trouble is he doesn't have access to gold. He'll probably need the Imperial officials to collect the gold for him. It's not a bad way out of this game. Does have a trebuchet of his own, looking to get the outpost down. You just get the feeling with the amount of map control that Wham has, incredibly strong. Don't forget this whole time he's been taking shortfish. Incredible gather speed on these villagers because of the shortfish. Let's take a look at the food income per minute. Look at that, 940 food per minute despite having 23 villagers on food. Leenock has 36. This is the power, ladies and gentlemen, of shortfish. Almost sort of, I mean, it's almost double in some ways at times. That food income is insane for Wham, despite only having 23 villages versus 36. Okay, now they're neck and neck, but the difference of shortfish versus farming is effectively at least 12 villages there. Trebuchet is about to take the Barbican of the Sun. No villagers healing that up or repairing it for Leenock, despite having the wood to do so. Then let the Barbican of the Sun drop. Springles on the field for Wham. Going to be able to take the siege down. Only 2 Springles for Leenock, but these are Astronomical Clock Tower Springles. As we can see, the Astronomical Clock Tower acts as a siege workshop, reduces siege engines with 50% extra health. Perusei still firing, does take one outpost down. With full map control, I suspect more relics have been brought in. 3 relics there for the Mongols. That'll make a little bit of a difference in terms of narrowing that villager differential. The trouble is for Leenock is he's focusing on food and wood only, can't even get gold. He just needs the production, really. You just get the feeling he needs a market to trade and buy gold if he needs to. Not really balancing the economy particularly well here by his own kind of high standards. These are pro players after all. And with the economy so wide open for Wham, you just get the feeling that if Leenock can just get some horsemen out and start raiding even, just need to do some damage. But he's not being able to. He's being pinned back here a lot. Another relic being picked up. Sacred Site's been taken as well, so now Leenock's on the clock. Sacred Site's for Wham. Leenock's going to have to push very soon. He's on the timer now. The timer is activated. Leenock garrisoning his army in the town centre. Trying to delay things for as long as possible. Not necessarily a bad option seeing he's got the eco lead, but doesn't have gold, and that's the main issue. Look at that wood income per minute. Big fight here. Man-at-Arms diving in. Trebuchet is trying to get some decent value, but so many Springles on the field. Man-at-Arms dive in and then back out again. Couple of crossbows as well for the ranged attack for Wham. To get the feeling the military here looking strong. The economy is going to be coming in next for under attack. 59 military for Wham. 22 for Leenock. Even with this economy, Leenock not able to produce army. This is looking bad. Wham looking in a strong position here. The man-at-arms absolutely wrecking everything. Villagers being sent forward as well, maybe to try and take out the siege, but the crossbow is going to take care of that. Leenock under pressure, trying to force down a keep forward. That is very ballsy. The Chinese villagers do build fast, but he's going to lose a lot of villagers. He does have villagers to lose. But the keep might go up, but at what cost? In fact, the keep might not even go up. This might be a doubt castle. A couple of crossbows in behind for Leenock. Maybe able to offer some damage output, but will it be enough? I'm not so sure. There's lots of Springles one-shotting effectively the villagers. Villagers go down. The keep doesn't get built, and I think Leenock's under trouble here. Going to try and rush this up. It's going to be a last dash with villagers. Does have 64 of them. Wham. 66 for Leenock. That whole economy advantage completely wiped out now with so many villagers going down. Trying to rush up that keep. I don't think it's going to work. There's a mangonel on the field. This is going to work for Leenock. I think he knows it. He's probably going to be pulling out soon, especially with the mangonel shots on the villagers. Villagers going down. Another mangonel shot will clear up the last two, that's for sure. In fact, not even needed. The Springles do the job, and that's it. Leenock taps out. Wham! Takes the set 2-0. He is the man who will be coming up against 3DB in the semi-finals, which will be featured on this channel. So if you're interested, do stick around. Do give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I'm really looking forward to continuing casting games for you guys. Let me know what you thought of this set in the comment section below. We've seen better sets, but this was still a fun one between Wham and Leenock. Looking forward to the semi-final between Wham and 3DB. Take care, and see you next time.